Yo, what it is, guys? Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Can Summon Heroic Spirits. This is part 2. In the last part, I went on how Izuku has grown to being able to master that of, the Throne of Heroes, and even gain a new servant, that of the caster class, being the Queen of Sheba, who Nobunaga is not on good terms with, actually. But even so, Izuku forces them to spend time to get over it. With that, Izuku also met with All Might and asked him if he can become a hero even without a quirk, but with All Might telling him no. But Izuku expected to answer like that and still plans on becoming a hero no matter what. And also with a bonus, saving Bakugo and showing off his projection and reinforcement magic skills, with even Sigurd showing his time to shine as well, with soon him and his servant heading back home. So with that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As months go by, Izuku continues getting stronger and continues training day in and day out with his servants, with him testing out new weapons from the Throne of Heroes from other heroes he was unable to summon, such as Ku Cullen's Gaybolg Spear. However, the only downside is that he can't use the noble phantasms of these weapons, though. He can only just create the copies of them and use them in battle. He's no Shiro Emiya after all. But that's where he begins learning new types of magic, such as that of his reinforcement magic and his elemental magic as well. But he's only good with that of wind magic, unfortunately. He can't use any other types of elemental magic except wind. However, he is starting to get a handle of lightning magic though, but he can't keep it up for too long or combine the two either, mostly due to his magic levels being average, mostly being his magic circuits and all that after all. But even so, it still doesn't stop him. Also, thanks to his stamina and endurance training with his servants, his mana levels don't actually drain him as much as he used to when he uses magic. And he's able to bring out more of his servants too. But not only that, he wants to make sure not to summon any other servants until he finishes the UA entrance exam, which is coming up in the next 8 months or so, which still gives Izuku enough time to continue his training and strength. Also, in the next couple of months, Izuku and Inko's new house, built thanks to, Sheba after all, is now finished, as it being that of a traditional massive Japanese mansion, actually, which it has at least over 20 rooms, at least 5 training rooms, 1 giant meditation garden, and a couple of entertainment rooms, mostly for, movies, gaming, and many other things too. With soon looking at the massive place, Izuku is actually excited and really wants to thank Caster for everything she's done, with soon Nobu looking at the place saying, "Why do I feel like you're doing this just not to spite me? What's your game here, you gold digger?" Not actually applying to the question real quick, Caster just says, I thought it's Inko and Izuku's home, so I figure a more traditional and a mixture of a modern approach was better. I didn't think of anything. I didn't want to do something for myself after all. This is for Master and his mother. And not only that, I actually got what I really wanted the most, with soon bringing out her phone and soon showing Inko's bank account, its savings actually, as it being that of over 200 million yen in her savings. This is exactly what I wanted. This is a house like this is basically child's play now. She continues looking at the account with tons of, yin signs in her eyes. With soon Izuku saying, I figured she just wanted some, well, spending money, that's all. But soon Nobu saying, you knew about this, Izuku? Seriously, you really do enable her too much. With soon Inko saying, I just think I had to thank you, Izuku. And you too, Caster, for so much. With soon Caster snapping out of her, well, money trance and saying, anything for you and my darling master. With soon she basically holding Izuku close to her again, with Izuku blushing once more. With soon Sky Hatch grabbing Izuku from the Queen of Sheba, saying, I think we should focus on this on the tour of the place and settling in. Do I agree? Do we all agree? With soon everybody agreeing with the former Queen of the Shadowlands. With soon a week has now passed and everybody is now fully settled into their new home. Within, the Queen of Sheba also brought up to Izuku and her fellow servants that the estate is also covered by her own personal mana field. With soon hearing this, Sigurd began saying, you're creating a mana field? With soon she's saying, don't worry, it's not draining anybody here. It's just more for protection. It's more of a security alarm in case anything happens or anyone that tries to threaten Miss Inko or your home, Izuku. But soon, she also says that only people that Izuku truly trusts are allowed to come to this home. And mostly based off Izuku's mental state, actually, and how he feels about certain people as well. Which is kind of unique. And it may run on the Queen of Sheba's mana, and it doesn't drain her too drastically, given that casters do have a more large pool of mana to pull from after all, so nothing to truly worry about. If anything, it's just more of a child's play. But soon, Izuku actually genuinely hugs the Queen of Sheba this time, thanking her for everything she's done for him. But soon she blushing and actually, instead of just messing with him, she genuinely hugs Izuku back this time. As for Izuku's school life, let's just say nothing's really changed actually. He still goes to Algeria Junior High. It's just that it takes him a lot more longer to get there now, which means he has to wake up at least to say probably 30 more minutes earlier than normal, but it doesn't really bother Izuku that much. But he always just has to make sure that he goes to bed earlier when he's done sparring with his servants though. But other than that, Izuku is basically enjoying his time before the UA entrance exam. However, for the past couple of months though, a certain blonde-haired man that we know continues looking for our favorite green-eyed boy, as this man being All Might. Because after what Izuku and Sigurd did to save Bakugo, All Might saw Izuku in a different light, as he thought that he was quirkless, as he even said that he was quirkless, and yet he was able to move so fast and even create two swords like it was nothing. With that, All Might was curious about Izuku. However, what also worried him the most is that he looked like he had multiple quirks. Even the guy with that of the red sword that was with Izuku as well, being Sigurd. With soon Sir Night-Eye actually contacting All Might, telling him that he needs to stop this pursuit and stop this chase and figure out on who Izuku is, and just pick Mirio to be his successor. But soon, All Might telling Sir Night-Eye that he can't do that. He can't just pick Mirio just because. he wants to see Izuku again. He needs to know that this young man is that he looked like he had the spirit of a hero, and yet he's worried that he has some connection to All for One as well. With that, he can't give up One for All just yet until he finds Izuku. With our favorite Greenette, he continues training and sparring in one of the training rooms against Ska Hatch, as he using the Gaebog, with her actually dual wielding 2 Gaebog spears in her hands, with Izuku giving it his all, trying his best to keep her off her footing. However, he continues getting pushed back over and over and over again. With each strike, she continues to counter until Izuku sees at least a few second opening as he brings his spear up and soon drops it before he tackles her to the ground. As then he soon says, "Looks like I finally won." With then saying, "Well done, Izuku. You've grown quite well from the time you've trained with me." With soon Izuku saying, "Well, I have a good master." Within she's saying, "Now, could you please get off me?" With soon Izuku realized what he's doing, and soon just jumps off as soon as he could. With then him blushing like a tomato right now. Soon saying, sorry, I didn't mean, it's just that," saying, "It's okay, Izuku. It's okay." For somebody who's now more confident in combat and has now the strong resolve to become a hero, you still are pretty nervous around women, even us, who've been with you ever since you were during your early teens. With soon Izuku saying, "Yeah, you guys have. It still doesn't make it any easier. Especially with Castor always teasing me from time to time." As Izuku began thinking of the Queen of Sheba, with his face going even more red. But soon, Scott is saying, "It just shows on how much she cares about you. You know, normally, she wouldn't be worried about certain people. Even her master wouldn't even catch her attention. However, it seems like you have. Now, you may enable her from time to time, but she truly does care deeply about you, Izuku." With soon, her arms were wrapped around Izuku, with Izuku noticing this, saying, "As do I as well. Not as your servant, and not as your teacher, but as somebody who truly cares about you." With soon hearing his Lancer servant close to him, wrapping her arms around him, as Izuku begins, blushing so hard that it almost looks like steam is coming out of his ears. With soon saying, look at the time. I better go finish training with Sigurd. I see you." As soon running out of the training room. With soon, Scott Hatch couldn't help but smile, saying, "Castor was right. It is fun messing with him from time to time, but I shouldn't make it a habit out of it. But it's hard not to, given how cute he is when he blushes." When saying this, Scott Hatch has that of a pure smile on her face, as Izuku runs past both Nobunaga and Kotaro. With both of them were kind of confused, with soon Kotaro seeing the blush on his face, saying, "Izuku was embarrassed. I think I can understand where that's coming from." With Nobunaga getting annoyed, saying, "Was it that damn gold-digging fox again? I swear if." With soon Scott saying, "Nope, that was me." With Scott Hatch out of the training room as well. With soon Nobunaga saying, "Seriously, you of all people? Why am I not surprised? I'm pretty sure it was the fox that got to you." Saying, "I only did it just for fun. I don't plan to make it out of habit and just to do it just to tease him. And I wasn't completely teasing him. I really do care deeply about Izuku." with soon Kojiro saying, "Oh, is that so?" With soon he began thinking, "I better get going." With soon him going to spirit form. With soon Sky Hatch was confused with Kotaro just vanishing into spirit form out of nowhere. With soon she's saying, why would Kotaro just leave like that? With soon Nobunaga saying, "You're pretty blind, knowing that you always end up falling in love with your students. You know that, right?" With soon Sky Hatch actually having that of a small blush, saying, "Preposterous. I've never," Kukulin. Soon hearing that name, she soon couldn't help but blush even more, with her saying in that of defeat, saying, "Okay, you got me there, Demon King of the Sixth Heaven. But it will be different with me and Izuku. I will be just mentoring him as always. I will not develop anything for," with Nobunaga cutting off, saying, "You already have. And if you try anything with him, you'll get one of my muskets up your ass, oh Queen of Shadows." With soon Nobunaga going off, and she has that of a small little temper. But soon Sky Hatch couldn't help but sigh as well, saying, "She really does play the overprotective big sister role way too well." With more months now continue to go by, it's now finally time for the UA entrance exam. As Izuku stands in front of the gate, he can't help but feel excited to take part in this exam. Within, Sigurd standing right next to Izuku, saying, "So, you ready for this?" So saying, "Yeah, I am. I spent years ready for this time to show what I can make of. And it's all thanks to you guys, especially you, Sigurd." But soon, Sigurd saying, "Why are you thanking me specifically? You should thank the others, being Nobu, Sky Hatch, Kotaro, and even Caster as well. Why me specifically?" With saying that, Izuku punches Sigurd in the arm, saying, "Because you're my first servant. You're the one person that truly tried to help me reach my dream the most. You've always been there by my side, supporting me, no matter what. So to me, you're more than just my servant and my closest or my first true friend. To me, you're like my brother. So thanks again." Soon, Sigurd couldn't help but blush a little bit, saying of Izuku saying that, saying, "Well, you don't have to lay it on that thick, Izuku," as he adjusts his glasses a little bit. With soon Bakugo actually passing Izuku, not saying anything. Soon Izuku seeing this, saying, "Wow, he didn't even say anything at this time." Soon Sigurd saying, "He probably already knows if he tries something against you, he knows I would act, and possibly even Kotaro and the others too. So he's playing it smart and playing it safe. Especially since this is the entrance exam. If he tries anything now, it could ruin his chances." Soon, Izuku saying, "Yeah, you're right. Totally right. So, with all that said, let's go. Our first step to becoming true heroes." With soon Sigurd saying, "You do know I'm already a true hero, right?" Izuku saying, "Sorry, just a slip of the tongue." But soon Sigurd basically placing a hand on his master's shoulder, saying, "I figured." But the two continued walking before Sigurd going back into spirit form. As Izuku makes it into the H-shaped high school, he's soon told that he'll be first taking the written part of the entrance exam, as it may take him at least an hour or two to finish it. However, it only took Izuku about, 50 minutes to finish it actually. Mostly thanks to him studying with that of Sigurd and the Queen of Sheba after all. Two figures who are known to be quite smart actually, so nothing to worry about there. As Izuku heads to that of an auditorium, and is told to take a seat on where his specific number is. But soon, Izuku finding it, and then actually having that of a conversation with his heroic spirits, with him thanking them for his support in that test, actually, with helping him study and everything. But soon, everyone else begins showing up too, and also finds out that he's sitting right next to Bakugo, as he couldn't help but say that the world must really, really hate him. But soon, all the lights began to dim down, as then a man wearing that of a punk rock outfit with that of spiky slit back hair and sunglasses soon appears, as then he soon says, "Yo, how's all my fellow listeners doing out there? Come on, are you all hyped? Let me hear it." With soon the entire auditorium was basically completely silent, soon saying, "Oh, everyone trying to keep it mellow? Okay, I can work with that." With soon Izuku saying, "Oh my god, it's President Mike. I listen to all of his radio shows every time." With soon all of his servants saying, "We know." As then President Mike begins explaining the exam and for the practical portion of the entrance exam, with telling them that they'll be taking on villains, with a couple of people in the auditorium getting a little bit worried, as he told them that they have nothing to worry about. These villains are robots, not actual villains. They're basically robots. Their task is to take care and defeat all of these villains. They'll be ranging from points, from 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. As soon, he also, a monitor comes down the auditorium and shows each robot as all their points to be tallied up at the very end of the exam. Not only that, they also had to go to specific zones in the practical portion of the exam as well. But soon, Izuku looking, saying, "Different zones?" As soon, Bakugo saying, "We're in different areas. Probably make sure that people from who are in the same school don't work together." But soon, Izuku saying, "Yeah, guess you're right, Kachan." Soon saying, "Keep your eyes off my sheet, got it, damn nerd." Soon, Izuku saying, Yeah, whatever. I was just applying to what you were saying, that's all." With soon saying that, a tall, blue-haired boy with glasses soon stands up and raising his hand saying, "I have a question to ask." With President Mike saying, "Caller, let me hear it." Soon the boy known as Ida Tenya actually says, "Thank you, sir," and soon actually brings up that he didn't bring up the fourth robot that's on the monitor, and information on the fourth robot is not on their information sheet, and soon points at Izuku. With soon Izuku getting somewhat nervous, soon saying, "You've been muttering this entire time throughout this entire presentation. If you're not going to take this seriously, then leave at once." With soon a couple of people in the auditorium began laughing. But soon, Izuku was about to say something within. Nobunaga was about to go into materialize from her spirit form. But soon, Baka saying, "Why don't you shut it, Four Eyes? There are other people actually talking too. You're not the only one. This damn nerd isn't the only one." But soon, Izuku was really taken back by that. As soon saying, "Kachan?" But then even Nobunaga saying, "Wait, did Bakugo just defend Izuku?" But soon Kojo saying, "I think he just did, Nobu." Soon Ida saying, "My word, how can you say?" With soon President Mike guiding everybody else's attention saying, "All right, settle down everyone. To answer your question, caller, I was about to get to the fourth robot. Think of it more as a obstacle. You will gain no points from it whatsoever, so it's best to just avoid it instead. Is that satisfied for you?" With soon Ida saying, "Thank you. Yes, that was very helpful," as he soon bows and soon apologizes as well. soon, and then taking his seat again. But soon the rest of the presentation soon goes off without a hitch. But then everyone else begins getting into their practice uniforms. As some just wearing that of track outfits, a couple of people just wearing casual clothes, and some people are just wearing their school uniforms. As for Izuku, he's basically wearing that of a black-green tank top, actually. Wearing that of black cargo pants, and also his trademark red boots, actually. So, also, it also shows his, command seals, as 3 are on his right hand, and 2 are on his left hand. As his right hand has his Saber command seals, his Lancer command seals, and his Assassin command seals. And on his left hand, having his Archer command seals and his Caster command seals. With soon many people looking at Izuku, thinking that, hey, how can a kid like that have tattoos? Is he some kind of delinquent? With a few of them also saying, he looks too bland to have that of, tattoos. Probably wearing them just to get attention or something like that. But soon Izuku saying, I figured my command seals would draw too much attention. I'm not surprised whatsoever. As Izuku was getting out of his mental thoughts, soon Ida comes up behind him, soon saying, your appearance is distracting the other participants. Please, if you have anything else, can you please cover up your tattoos? I didn't expect somebody like you to be that of a delinquent to wear some. But soon Izuku saying, wait, please, I can explain. They're not. Before Izuku could say anything, a sword was right on the tip of Ida's neck, with soon as it being that of Nobunaga. But soon Izuku saying, Nobu, what are you? See, please, let go of Izuku right now, boy. Or do you want your throat slit right here and now? With soon, Ida lets go of Izuku. With soon, Nobunaga sheaths her katana. Within, she begins pushing Izuku away from Ida and all the other people who were staring at them. But soon Izuku saying, hey, I can walk myself, Nobu. Saying, yeah, but I'm doing it for you. Soon Ida just standing there dumbfounded at that his life was threatened right now by that of a little girl who looks like she should be in that of middle school. With soon, they began hearing something as it being the massive gates opening. But then everybody begins wondering on when it's about time for them to get ready to go. Within, President Mike saying, what are you all just standing there? There's no countdown in real battle. You gotta go, go, go. With hearing this, everybody begins running through the gate. With soon, Nobunaga preparing her katana and one of her muskets. As soon saying, all right, let's get ready, Izu. As she was about to run, she was grabbed by her cape by Izuku. As she soon falls onto the ground saying, hey, what was that for? Saying, yeah, after the shit you tried pulling, I'm not going to allow you to go. So I'll just do this by myself. With saying, wait, what? Why? I can help too. Saying, yeah, no, go to spirit form. Or do you want me to use one of my command seals? And I really hate using them. With soon Nobunaga saying, oh, fine. And I'll remember this, Izuku. With soon reverting back to her spirit form. Within, Izuku saying, Nobunaga's long-range combat would have done well for me. But after the stunt she pulled with that glasses guy, there's no way in hell I can use her. As Izuku began thinking while running through the gates, as soon he's saying, I got it. Kotaro, Queen of Sheba. As soon the assassin servant and the caster servant soon appear right next to Izuku, with the Queen of Sheba riding on that of a smoky cloud, while Kotaro is running alongside Izuku, wearing his ninja garb and all. With soon Kotaro saying, "You lost for, Master?" Soon saying, "You guys take care of any robots nearby. If you see somebody struggling, help out if you can." With soon Kotaro saying, "You got it." With soon Sheba be looking at the Queen of Sheba saying, "Caster, I want you to do the same, but I want you to act as support, long-range support for me." With soon saying, "Because Nobu messed up, you got it." With soon she flying up to the sky as she creates that of small clouds as she used them to surround Izuku in that of close range and long range body armor. As for Izuku, he activates his projection magic, soon saying, "Trace on," as he brings out his signature swords, the Passion and Fury, with then using his elemental wind magic as well to increase his speed. With soon he sees multiple robots that haven't been destroyed yet, with then even taking other robots down as well, with multiple slashes and strikes. And not only that, thanks to Kotaro, he helped out a couple participants who were struggling as well, as it being that of a boy who had that of a quirk that can create solid air, and also helped out a girl that was creating mushrooms from the humidity in the air, as she was struggling with that of a three-pointer actually. As at first she thought that he was taking her spotlight and kill stealing her, but soon she realized that the robot could have continued moving even if she used her spores to create multiple mushrooms. Within, as for Izuku, he still continues thrashing multiple robots as he still feels like he's behind and everything. Within, all the teachers in the monitoring room began looking at many promising candidates as ectoplasm soon looks at one of the other zones where Bakugo's at, as he continues thrashing multiple robots like they're nothing, with ultimate bravado and everything, with Midnight actually quite impressed with the Ashen Blonde team, with not even holding back whatsoever, with soon Snipe actually taking a look at the zone where Izuku is at and seeing multiple people doing quite well for themselves, especially looking at Izuku's servants, being Kotaro and the Queen of Sheba. They're actually surprised seeing the Queen of Sheba, because personally, if you look at her, she doesn't really look like that of a teenager. She looks more like that of a young woman actually, who should be in college more than anything. However, they also began looking at Izuku as he continues thrashing multiple robots, but also helping out people who are struggling as well. With many of them are actually impressed that he could use this time to take down these robots, but instead let them be just to help out other people who aren't doing so well. With soon, All Might looking at Izuku, saying, "That's him. That's the boy. The boy I've been looking for months now. He's here." But not only he's using a quirk, but soon both Kotaro and Caster soon meet up with Izuku, with Izuku high-fiving Kotaro and Caster hugging Izuku close to her. With soon the two of them both go back into spirit form, thinking that Izuku has enough points. But soon, All Might looking at this saying, How is that possible? They both disappeared like it was nothing." With soon Principal Nezu saying, My, I believe those two might have been that boy's quirk. Would soon, everyone in the mighty room, even Aizawa, who's in the very back, got interest in this. Would soon, thinking that the two of them didn't appear until he started going in. And we didn't, and if I last checked, we don't have candidates like that in the entrance exam after all. With soon hearing this, everybody began getting interested within the young green-haired boy. As Izuku began seeing that there are barely any robots left, and that there are probably only scragglers all across the outskirts of the city, no longer in the main streets anymore. But soon, Izuku was about to head back to the gate and let time run out, feeling like he's done enough, until the 0-pointer begins to appear as everybody begins running from it. As it's big enough to even demolish the buildings and taller than many of them as well. But soon, Izuku saying, wow, they were not kidding that we should run from this. Within, many of them began running as fast as they can. As Izuku was about to run too, he soon hears somebody screaming, as it being a girl. But soon, Izuku saying, why isn't anybody saving her? There are tons of other people there that are way closer to save her, and yet nobody's doing anything. With soon, Sigurd saying, what will you do, Izuku? Will you go and protect that girl? Will you go and save her? Or will you fight an obstacle that will gain you nothing in the process? What will you do? With Sky Hatch soon saying, we will, knowing Izuku, he will do the option that will always be protecting others over himself. Soon, Katara saying, and it's the reason why we respect him as our master more than anything. With soon, Izuku saying, I've already went through all the obstacles. All your noble phantasms would be strong enough to destroy it, but at a cost of collateral damage to the city. If anything, we need a noble phantasm. There's only one of you guys' noble phantasm strong enough to destroy it and keep collateral at a minimum. With soon, Izuku saying, Nobu, you can come out. What then? Nobu, already ready for battle, preparing. Just say the word. Use your noble phantasm. And if you do this, I will forgive you. But saying, well, about damn time. Let's do this. Well, soon she runs at the 0-pointer while I go and save that girl. As Izuku runs to Uraraka, as she's soon trapped by tons of debris, with her trying her best to get out of it. Within, Izuku using his wind magic, creating cyclones to remove it. As Izuku saying, "Hey, are you okay?" With her saying, "My ankle, it's sprained. I can't move." Soon saying, "I thought so." Then he begins carrying her, and soon saying, "Nobu, do it now!" Then saying, "All right, let's do this." Within, dozens and dozens of muskets soon appear right behind Nobunaga as they begin lining up around her, and would soon saying, "All right, let the bullets rain down." Within, dozens of energy-like blasts began raining down on the 0-pointer as it continues destroying it over and over again, as each blast is strong enough to tear through it like it was made out of pure paper. While Izuku continued running back to the entrance, they soon arrive as they soon see that the 0-pointer was completely and utterly destroyed, and collateral damage around the streets and buildings were kept to somewhat of a minimum. Then Nobunaga appearing right in front of Izuku, soon saying, "How was that, Izu? Better than you expected, didn't you?" Soon, Izuku soon sighing, saying, "You did awesome, Nobu. Really, thanks, big sis." With soon, her face begins being beat red, as soon saying, "You finally call me big sis. It's about damn time you did." As soon, she elbows him in the gut. Soon saying, "Ow! Did you forget you servants still hit pretty harder than me?" With then, time finally running out. But then many of the participants saying, "Holy shit! Did you see that? That girl was able to destroy the 0-pointer." But then a couple of them saying, "Yeah, I saw her in the beginning, but I didn't see her anywhere else. How can somebody like her not show up on our radars? If anything, she would have gotten more points." But then saying, "Hey, is it possible that chick is that dude's quirk?" So it's saying, "Nah, I've heard of sentient quirks before, but sentient quirks that become human? Get real, man." With soon Ida saying, "Even sentient quirk or not, she might have threatened me, but she did what she thought was right alongside him. He ran to save her, but I ran away. If this wasn't a test, no, even if it was a test, I should have done something. I should have helped. I should have done more." Within, an elderly woman soon appears as saying, My, it looks like all of you done pretty well. If any of you aren't injured, you can leave if you feel like it. But any of you are, please let me stay and I'll help heal you up." With soon, Izuku saying, "Excuse me, she's pretty injured. She has a sprained ankle." With soon saying, "Oh, is that all? That shouldn't be too much of a problem for me." As soon she begins kissing Uraraka, as she begins blushing, with soon even Izuku begins blushing. Within Nobunaga saying, "Hey, what's the deal, Granny?" With soon saying, "Oh, I guess the young generation just doesn't know." With soon Izuku saying, "Wait, I think I'm starting to remember you. You're Recovery Girl, aren't you?" With soon everyone's saying, "Recovery Girl? That name sounds familiar. Never heard of it. Who is she by any chance?" With soon Aoyama, who was there, is saying, "Recovery Girl, one of the best support heroes back when we were even all still in diapers. She's actually one of the best healers, and it's the reason why UA isn't so scared to release robots like this, knowing that they will be healed perfectly." With soon Uraraka saying, "Hey, my leg feels better." Saying, "There you are, sweetie. You can go now." But soon with Izuku letting her go, and she begins standing in place, but also feels pretty tired after that. With soon Recovery Girl saying, "That's also a side effect of my quirk, so be prepared." With soon then Izuku begins saying, "Hey, Nobu, let's go." Saying, "Got it, Izu." She soon walks to Izuku and then turns into her, casual attire. With soon, everybody was really taken back by that. Within the next couple of days or so, Izuku is still training his best, and now he feels like he's ready to summon his next servant. With soon, Sigurd saying, "Sure about this, Izuku?" With then Izuku saying, "Yeah, I'm sure." With then saying, "All right, if you say so." But now Izuku began tapping into the throne of heroes, as he was planning to summon his next servant, with the only servant out being that of Sigurd and Skahatch. With now, a summoning circle appears in front of Izuku. Then, a being begins to appear from it, as it takes the figure of a woman. But soon, she's kneeling down before standing up. And she has that of a red military uniform with that of combat boots, pink hair, and crimson red eyes. As she soon says, "My name is Flans Nightingale. I am that of the Berserker class. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Commander." Soon, Izuku saying, "Commander? That's kind of a new one." Soon, Sigurd saying, "Well, that's Nightingale for you. She speaks more militaristic than she does how normal servants speaks to their master and everything like that." But soon, Izuku saying, "You don't have to call me Commander, Nightingale. You can just call me Izuku or Deku if you feel like it." But soon saying, "I cannot do that. You are my superior officer. You are my commander. So I must call you such." What Izuku's thinking, I'll just let it be for now. I'll probably change your mind whenever I can. And besides, I did the same to your ancestor as well, Ritsuka Fujimura. What soon saying, "I figured you would know him as well." But then, Izuku saying, "So, I'm not too aware of the Berserker class. So, care to give me a rundown?" But soon, Nightingale lowering her head saying, "As you wish, Commander." And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Also, please like and subscribe, which really helps with the channel a lot. And hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my other videos when I upload videos in the future. And also check out my Discord and gaming channel. Links to be in the description below as well. So with all that said, this is Mooky, signing out. Later, guys.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!